What's going on there, everybody, and welcome back to some more trucking with iVision. We are all ready to go. We've got our load of, I think we got ourselves some waste paper here, I think, is what we're actually taking. Let's take a quick peek. Yep, waste paper. We are going from Pittsburgh here to Kansas City. Yes, that is the second to last city that we need to check out before we can move on. So yeah, that is super exciting. So yeah, that's what we got. We are at a logistics company. It's a truck repair center. You can see here, truck care center. And yeah, it's not really a whole lot of crazy things going on outside of that. But Pittsburgh, ooh, it's been a town. But I'm excited to see Kansas City. We're gonna check out the route. We're actually going 201 miles. The actual destination from here to our drop off is like 130 something. But we're actually gonna get up into Kansas City and check out our viewpoint, check out what dealership we got up there, and then we're gonna come back around here and we'll make our drop off, which then leaves us with Topeka being the last city that we will have to check out at some point. So yeah, that is what we got. Let's get going. We've got a busy one ahead of us. It's about 10, oh, it's 10:40 in the morning here. So that is good. I hope we got the truck all attached here. I actually didn't verify. Yep, everything looks good. We're ready to rock and roll. The trailer actually looks really nice too. I like it. It's a nice looking trailer for the truck. So it blends in really well. I like it a lot. Hopefully we can make this turn out of here because I wasn't really thinking properly. Yes, you can stop. Unreal. Unreal. Definitely for the next state, we are not doing this truck. I cannot stand the automations. I, I know we can turn them off, and I feel like I've turned off a lot of them already. I'll have to double check the settings though, but man, the beeping can really drive you nuts on it. But yeah, I'm so excited to finally be getting out of Pittsburgh because traffic around here is just brutal at times of getting around a lot of these areas. I just cannot take it. It's just like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. We don't need to do any of this other stuff. I just want to come and go and we're out. But yeah. Other than that, everything else is going pretty smoothly, I'd say. I don't think we have anything major coming. All right, nothing else. They keep showing off content for the new states, which is super exciting. But it's I'm still thinking, right, we're going into April, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing something new very shortly. I think it's gonna be that April-May timeline. And that guy, we must have just got around enough for him, or he was turning right. He might have turned right. But yeah, I think that's going to be the case, right? April, May. I still am gun ho on having 3 states this year. I think that's possible. But I don't know. I haven't seen the new beta, and usually when you see the new beta, kind of gives you that hint of when it's coming. Now, not to say that I haven't missed some news, because I feel like SDS has been dropping a lot of news this year. It's been insane. I feel like every week, every other week, they're showing something off or talking about something. So it is 100% possible that I missed something, but I don't think I have in terms of a beta. But again, always room for error, and we tend to have lots of it sometimes. Lots going on, right? Lots going on. Busy city, but I'm glad to be getting out of here finally. We're glad to be getting out of Pittsburgh. There's nothing wrong with Kansas. It's just it's not one that I would put on my map again, right? It just isn't. It's okay. It's cool. Came through it. We seen it. We're good. I mean, they're not the only state, right? There's other ones I've talked about where I'm just not super as interested in. Like California is cool too, but like I don't have that same like, oh, we got to go back to California type of feeling. I think part of it is because we've been there so many times in the early days when American Truck Sim first came out. We were kind of just like, okay, we had California and we had, I believe, Nevada was the other one at that time. So those early states, it's just like, okay, we've done a lot of journeys through here. you know, and it's a pain. Plus the fact that I've done over 300 recordings in American Truck Sim, so that's a lot of content, which also means a lot of duplicated cities and Lennar homes. Um, it's just, yeah. So we've seen a lot of areas a lot. Now on the flip side, we've also not seen some areas a lot as well. We've kind of come through and just kind of like, okay, cool, that's great. We saw the city and we're out, right? Like we're kind of doing now. We come through each city, we check it out, and then we kind of move on. But I just, nobody's ever been like, oh, hey, can you go back to that city? At least not that I recall. Now, maybe there has been people that have been like, hey, dude, you gotta go back to that city because it's really cool. I know there's been people that have reached out and been like, hey, like I live there. That's so cool. And then I've also had, hey, I live there. That is not what it looks like, right? You kind of get both flip sides of it. But it's, you know, and that's cool, right? Like nothing's perfect. And if we wanted a true recreation, that'd be so cool though, thinking about this right now. If we were to have a true recreation, could you imagine like flight sim level of detail for views in like a trucking sim game like this, right? Like I think at that point we'd be having to take from like Google Maps in a way, in the like the street view, and like injecting that into the sim, like to get that like one, like just complete connect between the two. But yeah, I think that would be the only way. It'd be really cool. I think also doing that, we have to be a little cognizant of PC specs, right? I think that's the thing. Because if we're injecting this realistic, true to scale, all this type of stuff into a sim, it's going to tax people's systems. So that means the player base, theoretically, that's going to have a really good experience is going to decrease. And there's always going to be the people at the high end that are always, well, you know, they could just buy new, right? And that's true. They could, but it doesn't mean they can afford to. So I think it just depends on like, what do you want your experience to be for your player base as well? I think there's multiple ways, right? You can use power of the cloud to stream that stuff, but again, we're still talking internet connections and having access to that connection to create that stuff, which it's so good that finally the US is kind of bumped up what they actually consider broadband is 25 down and 1 up is no longer considered broadband, which is great. It's good to see that that's been greatly increased. I also think it helps people that are content creators on the upload side, right? That might not have access to a ton of different ISPs, and so they've always been kind of limited to the one up. Now I would be able to potentially get 5 up without having to spend any more money. Hopefully, right? Like that's the hope, is that your current ISPs will keep your current plan rate at what you are, but just give you those more defined, newer speeds. Who knows what'll happen there? We'll see. But just little things like that can really make a difference for people. Are definitely going to help like become more realistic of simulations and stuff like that. But again, at the same time, there's still that, you know, you got to have a team. And what happens if, you know, the Google Map view is from like 2019, and you know now it's 2024, and oh, like half those buildings aren't there because this big building went up, and now so you got somebody complaining like, oh, that building should be this and that, and it's like, so the problem doesn't change in reality, right? It just kind of gets shifted, in my view. But I don't know, it'd be kind of cool. We'll see. I'd like to see incorporations of electric charging stations for trucks. Now that we got some Tesla semis out there, and I believe Freightliner also has their electric truck out there, it would just be cool to kind of start seeing some of that incorporation of electric charging stations and how that could be incorporated into the sim. But those are just kind of some of my thoughts there on some things. There's obviously a ton of features. Kansas City has now been discovered. Whoa, look at that. We're making great time here. We're cruising through. I'm just sitting here having a good old conversation and didn't even realize where we're at. We're in Kansas City already. That is amazing. I'm hoping for a good view. Like, look at this. That actually looks really cool. A little skyline view there. That is neat. Hopefully we can get to it so we can get a good picture. That would be amazing if we could. I think we can too, because there's like a photo-esque spot right here. So I think we can get ourselves a pretty good view of the city and whatnot. We just kind of got to get the truck in the right spot. And I always kind of forget because I'm like, oh, I don't want to go too far, but I don't want to go too low either. We want to kind of find that right view. So we'll see if we can get one right here and see what happens. All right, we got a nice view of the skyline over there, which is really cool. I thought that guy was going to come. So yeah, the skyline's over there, and that's just, yeah, really interesting. I've kind of been through Kansas City once, and it was definitely intriguing driving through Kansas City. And I've been to it on the Missouri and the Kansas side, and it's just, it's interesting. Look at that. There's a train caboose down there. That was kind of cool to see. Yeah, we can't see it now. Kind of caught a quick glimpse of that. There's so much to see, and when you're driving through, it's like you can always miss something on the first go around or two, right? Like you need multiple times of coming through. I don't know what they have over there. Something over there for sure. The road that always drives me bonkers because I can't see the lines. Can't see the lines. It's probably, I could probably change a setting or two. We could probably get a better view of that. It's hard to say if that's the monitor or if it's actually my settings in the game, but look at those. That little artwork on there. That's kind of cool. So now we're kind of in Kansas City here. So we're going to go check out this viewpoint, which is helpful, right? This is also why I like viewpoints, because it allows you to see a lot of things that you might not have noticed while driving, right? Because main objective of driving is keep your, keep focus, or you don't crash into anything. It's also why we have a lot of accidents, because we're kind of sightseeing a lot. And yeah, that car looked like he was off the ground. What are you doing, man? All right, where is this viewpoint? There it is. There it is. So we're just gonna swing in over here, and oh, I hit him. Go figure. Oh well, that's fine. See, stuff like that, you hit somebody. Well, let's check out the viewpoint, see what we got. Kansas City. Look at that. There's a plane. There's the skyline that we kind of saw from before. And yeah, trying to think of what else we got here. Some silos. I mean, it is a really nice area. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. But it's just, yeah, I don't know, for some reason driving on the interstate there, it was different. Definitely different. It's almost like it's too small, right? Like it's just, there's not enough lanes for the amount of traffic. And then it's old. I don't feel like the interstate is modern, right? Which is kind of indicative of the 2 lanes in a lot of the areas, and stretches even 1 lanes here, like you can kind of see. So it's, yeah, it's definitely something. What is this? Some special like federal bill. Oh, GM. Well, that's cool. That's neat. I didn't know there was a GM dealership there, or not a dealership, plant. Didn't know there was a GM plant there. That's so cool. All right, let's get going though. Good thing our truck didn't roll because I didn't set the parking brake on it. And I'm hoping we can just get out of here with no problemos. And we're out of here. Okay, so we got one more thing to see before we drop this load off. We're actually making decent time, 16. Yeah, we're making great time here. So let's see. let's go to the truck dealership and find out what truck dealership is in Kansas City. We got Sam's Club over here. Sam's Club, maybe it's a distribution center, actually. They definitely showed off a lot of the Interstate and the skyline for Kansas City. Oh, beautiful. It's a Mack truck dealership. That is great. And a recruit agency, it looks like, too. Yeah. So we got the recruit agency there and the Mack truck dealership. So we'll go on down here and we'll do a little UE. Alright, let's come in here. We'll swing down here, do a UE, and then we'll come back around. That's good. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the recruit agency, so we're gonna have to kind of pull into that lot and then back out of there, which is annoying for sure, but it is what it is. We'll go and do that. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. They say though, it'll be fine. Everything is fine. Well, that's a lot of old stuff. Rail yard over there, or train line, maybe. Maybe not the full yard. See, I say the recruit agencies because we can't never turn around. We always have to back out. Drives me a little insane here. There it is. Alright, that's good. Alright, let's back it up. Let's actually pop outside because there's a car right there. Like, seriously, bro? I know what you're thinking. Go on. Alright, let's swing it. Okay. I think that'll be fine. We'll just do a little grass hop in here. Oh, we don't even need to go on the grass that time. Alright. I think we gave that guy just a little bit of a nudge. That's okay. Alright. Alright, let's turn those guys off. There we go. We only need the one directional arrow now. And we can turn right. So that's good. And we got the right turn. We're gonna stay in the left lane. I don't really know why. I'm pretty sure this is probably a 2-lane, but we'll see what happens here as we kind of come through. Yeah, I think this is the GM plant right over here. Whoops. Oh, little grass there. I'm pretty positive that's the GM plant. It's a big building. They've got a rail yard going in. It would make sense for it to be the GM plant. Hopefully, yep, we can go straight here. We are taking the 635 south. Well, that is us. Oh boy. So, oh yeah, see? It emerged anyhow, so it's a good thing. Alright, come on, buddy. I hit you before, so get in. And then we hit the brakes. Very hard. That's what we do. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, see, like, this is the stuff, right? It's just, you get these bottlenecks, and I don't like the interstates where they have slower traffic merging up against faster traffic. It drives me nuts that interstates were designed that way. I think it's because if you got people that aren't really paying attention, it's definitely a much more impactful crash, right? Like, just higher speed versus slower speed. Like, it's just a deadlier crash at the end of the day. Where it makes sense to have slower traffic merging in with potentially slower moving traffic on the far right side as well. So it's, I don't know. Yeah, I've never been a fan of merging on the left. Kansas is definitely not the first state, or Kansas City is not the first city to do that. So it's just one of my little complaints that I've had that's like that. But I mean, even the city I live in now has the same thing. They have, I wouldn't say it's like super fast traffic merging in, but because we're coming off the interstate, into the city, there is a slowdown there, but traffic's not like hitting that slowdown speed right at that merge point there as you come into the downtown. So what ends up happening is, you still have that slower traffic that's merging from the left into that. So it's you just got to be on the lookout, right? And be mindful. But we need to get over because we are going this way. So quickly, before we kind of get to reaching our destination here, as it is coming up, we are only 27 miles away now. So we are coming up to it on very, very quickly. Is content? Content, yes, we've got the content. We got to figure out the content. It's not been as good as it probably should be the last like month or two. It's mostly because I'm working on a couple of big projects at work, and so it's definitely taken a lot more time than I would normally have. The fact that we got to go into a way station is annoying. You better get over, buddy. So yeah, we got content is lacking. The good news is, though, if you're a fan of Emergency, they released a new update that adds a whole new town. So I definitely want to get in and check that out. That is on the docket. 2.0, of course, is always on the docket. It's just a matter of if I have time or not. It's not one of the priority. Oh no. It's not one of the priority recordings that I have. 72,000 pounds. Sweet. Your vehicle is not in perfect technical state. Seriously? How much damage do we have on this thing? Oh boy, we got quite a bit, actually. Yeah. We got quite a bit. As you can see here, we are at 6%. Substantial vehicle aware. Yeah, that's not good. So we'll definitely gotta get that taken care of. But, yeah, so the priorities are basically American Truck Sim right now and Ciorama, only because the content's semi-new for Ciorama. But then obviously American Truck Sim, it's new every time. And then Emergency is just, it kind of gets repetitive at times, so that one was kind of always one that I wanted to back off of anyhow, but we might have backed off a little too much in my opinion, especially with new content drops. So definitely got to get back on that train. So I'm hoping to get something there this week for Emergency, and then we can kind of continue on. Still thinking about what are we going to do for American on Sundays after American Truck Sim kind of runs out of some content because we're done looking in Kansas. In the past, I would just go and drive through areas that we needed to get to that we just haven't yet. But we've been doing Truck Sim now for so long, right? We had the winter content, which was great. We had Kansas, and now we're kind of in that like drop zone area. So my thought is, I've talked about this for a long time, was lawn mowing simulator. So I think that's going to be what we do in that spot. The question then becomes, because I know I'm not going to get through all of that quickly enough, where does that kind of fall in place, right? Like, where does that content then go once SCS releases the next DLC? That I need to figure out. Potential that it would replace Ciorama, because Ciorama, in my view, isn't going to last forever. We were kind of reaching that point where there's nothing new content-wise, so I don't know. Like, I don't want to keep doing the repetitive stuff. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. So, but that's kind of my thoughts there. Then obviously at some point, 2 Point Campus is going to go. I just don't know when. Where that is being dragged out again way too long, kind of like 2 Point Hospital became. But yeah, I'll figure that out. Lots of stuff to figure out. And where are we dropping this thing? It's going on this side somewhere. I honestly thought we were dropping off at like a waste management plant at one point. All right, here we are. This is where it's going. Right in there. Oh, wow. Okay. That is... Wow. Okay, I don't think I could do this without looking, to be honest. I don't. Nope, too soon. Too soon to back up. I can tell you that right now. Too soon. Alright, this might be better. Alright. Actually, we need to go this way. There we are. Okay, that. Yeah, this is... I know this is kind of the cheat way, but this is honestly what I got. It's what I got. Because I don't think I could ever do this. Definitely couldn't do this blind in the cab. Nope. It definitely just would not happen. Unfortunately, I'd love it to. But for whatever reason, I would never be able to do this in the cab. I mean, just look at how nice that just went. Right? First shot like that. Like, that is beautiful. But inside the cab, never. Never could do that like that. Which is a shame, because I'd love to be able to do that inside the cab. But the fact that I could do it outside the cab is a good start, I think, right? It's a good start. But yeah, that is Kansas City for us. Like I said before, we only have Topeka left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Topeka. And then we are, yeah, then we're done with Kansas. So that's it's coming quickly, very quickly here. I hope you guys enjoyed this though, like always, and I hope to catch you all next time with some more trucking with iVision.